Hey, what is up you guys? My name is Grand Danger. In today's video, what is imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is known as imposter phenom or imposterism. Is a psychological experience which a person suffers from feelings of intellectual and or professional fraudulence. One source defines as a subjective experience of perceived self-doubt in one's abilities and accomplishments compared with others, despite evidence to suggest the contrary. So those who suffer imposter syndrome doubt their skills, talents, and accomplishments. They may have been internalized fear being exposed as frauds, despite internal evidence of the competence. Those experience this phenomenon do not believe they deserve their success or luck. They may think they are deceiving others because they feel they're not intelligible enough in order to portray themselves to be what they are. Imposter syndrome is not recognized psychiatric disorder. It is not featured as American Psychiatric Association's diagnosed as statistical menu DSM-5, nor is listed to a diagnosis into International Classification of Disease 10th Revision ICD-10. The symptoms is commonly most suffering from depression, anxiety, or any other self-esteem syndromes. So this is basically, and I'm gonna stop reading. So basically, if you're having if you feel like you're having, self-doubting, that means you're fearing, and basically you're like having doubt moments and depression from your success. So if you have imposter syndrome, it's best to keep it up and make sure that you're not having a bad day. But if you are having imposter syndrome, make sure you visit to a doctor or psychiatrist or anything like that. But sometimes it's impossible to cure and treat it, because sometimes, and most likely, imposter syndrome can go away on its own, day by day, so to speak. But anyways, imposter syndrome is associated with several factors. Some of are considered to be risk factors, while others are considered to be consequences. However, the associations are documented and studies shown that it's not possible to identify cause or effect, which means they're not proven. So there are risk factors of imposter syndrome. One is a negative criticism, low self-esteem, perfectionism, and negatively correlate with the personality traits of extraversion, agreeableness, and consensualness, or whatever it's called. I don't know what word it is. But anyways, it's you're taking yourself out from that success, from your personal traits and your anxiety and your depression. So, and it was discovered, the first scale designed to measure characteristics, and designed by Harvey in 1981, and include 14 items. In 1985, the Clarence Imposter Phenom Scalp Clips was developed. This 20-item measure is castrated to Harvey Imposter Scalp, recognizes the anxiety associated with being judged or a sense of inferiority towards peers. The scale is the most frequent use. However, research has not conclusively shown its superiority over the other scales. And how to manage your psychological improvements. Try not to let your emotions down, control your actions, instead embrace your fears and move forward. Consider your accomplishments in the past as proof against imposter syndrome. Build a rapport with your counselor who can assist you identify false ideas. As a reminder of your belonging, create areas where you identify and honor expressed, and help others reject imposter beliefs by reflecting back to them their values, abilities, and talents. Assisting others may also help benefit to reminder about you. So, I think I'm not going to read all of this because there's too much of it, but I'm going to read one more so you guys can understand. And I'm going to read this last part of it about the imposter syndrome. So basically, summing it up, this study has also found significant positive correlations between the imposter phenom and perfectionistic conscience, depression, anxiety, and self-compassion. This study indicates that clinical faculty and supervisors should take a supportive approach to assist students to help decrease feelings of imposter phenom in hopes of increasing feelings of competence and confidence. So yeah, but I think that's about enough about imposter syndrome. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that to that. So if you guys are having that, make sure you go to your doctor and physical therapy or psychological therapy. Make sure you go to your psychologist to make sure he help you through that. But anyways, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure you drop a like, subscribe, it's totally free. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers, so get subscribed down below, it's totally free. I'll see you guys next time.